Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Amjad Janjuva. I welcome you in my another video regarding IELTS speaking. I hope at the end of this video you will be in a better position to take your IELTS test effectively and score 8 plus bands. So please in comments write down your country where you are intending to go. Either it's Australia, UK, America, Canada. You may ask any question regarding IELTS in the comments section. Subscribe our channel AJ Edufy for more tips and tricks regarding IELTS, all modules. So IELTS speaking is the shortest test, 11 to 14 minutes. Reading is for 1 hour, writing is for 1 hour, and listening is around 25 to 30 minutes. So today we'll be talking about what are the main things which are checked by the examiner in your IELTS speaking test. First of all, they check your fluency. Number two, they check your pronunciation. Number three, they check your grammar. And number four, they check your vocabulary. And ultimately, they rate you on the basis of performance in these four areas. So in the beginning of IELTS speaking test, examiner asks you, what do you do? Do you work or study? You may say that I'm doing my A levels or doing FSC, and after the completion of my studies, I'll go abroad for further higher studies. Secondly, you may say that I'm working somewhere, I'm working as a teacher at some school or at some college, and now I'm planning to seek my master's degree from abroad, so that's why I'm taking this IELTS test. And further, you may say that I have a family business, my father is running that business, and now he wants me to take the responsibility of business. But I feel that I want to pursue my higher education from abroad so that I may be in a better position to take the responsibility of my family business. And further, you may say that yes, I'm staying at home doing some online business, and now I want to seek a further education. Keep one thing in your mind, that your response should be truthful, real, and appropriate to the question. The examiner further asks questions that would be around for 4 to 5 minutes. They would be related with your initial information. For example, if you have said that I'm doing some job in school or college, so they would ask you what kind of a school it is, what kind of a college, what kind of students you are teaching. They may ask you regarding your overall experience of your job, whatever you are doing. So here's one important formula I would like to tell you, that while answering any question, you should keep these 6 things in your mind. 5 W's plus H. What are 5 W's? Why, when, where, what, and who, and how. If your reply is answering all these 6 elements of an answer, it means that you are replying comprehensively, briefly, and to the point to the examiner. Examiner always likes such kind of answers which are brief but effective and to the point. Watch our video regarding 7 C's of communication. So always in any answer there are 3 parts. You may say introduction, body, and conclusion. In introduction, you briefly tell the topic sentence, the main information you want to tell to the examiner. Then you may explain that information briefly. You may give your reason, you may give your information. You can support your reply with facts and figures. And lastly, you can conclude your answer by giving the final sentence or final statement. If the examiner asks you which is your favorite book, so you may tell that this book is my favorite, and then in next part, in explanation, you can tell the reasons to the examiner, that what are those reasons on the basis of which you are liking this book. And then in conclusion, you may tell that on the basis of these reasons, I would like to recommend this book to other students, to other people to read for better future guidance. And similarly, in what is your favorite building, what is your favorite color, what is your favorite city. So in all kinds of questions, you can divide your answer in 3 parts. introductory statement, or you may call it a topic statement, topic sentence. Then you can explain your answer by keeping in mind 5 W's and H. And then in the last part, you may briefly conclude your answer by giving the final statement or final conclusion. So keep one thing in mind, that your answer should be comprehensive, should be brief, but it should be covering all the main elements of the answer, as we have told 5 W's and H. Your answer should be comprised of maximum 7 to 8 sentences, as you are having 4 to 5 minutes in the first part of speaking test. Examiner normally asks you 4 or 5 questions. So you should keep in your mind that all the answers to all the questions should not be for more than a minute. So now we move on to part 2 of speaking test. In this part, examiner will give you a cue card on which your topic is written along with some hints. Then he will give you a pen and paper, and you will be having 1 minute to brainstorm the ideas, the concepts, the things related to that particular topic which you are going to speak on. So within 1 minute, you can divide like 40 to 45 seconds to write down your points. And then in last 10 to 15 seconds, you can sequence, you can number your points. So after 1 minute, you will be given 2 minutes to speak on your topic. So you will have to speak minimum for 1 minute and maximum for 2 minutes on that topic. So try to speak for 2 minutes on your topic. Certainly it will be having a good impression on the mind of the examiner that you are having enough points, enough vocabulary, enough ideas to speak on that particular given topic. In your cue card, you have to focus on the topic. What is the main thing which is going to be discussed in that topic? Then you have to check the tense. Either the tense of that statement is past or future or present. So you have to make your answer according to that particular tense. If they are asking, for example, describe any event which has happened in your life, this is a question in the past. Or you may say, what are the favorite places you would like to visit in future? So the answer would be in future tense to this question. When you start speaking on that topic, if you try to stop before 1 minute, examiner will try to give a cue to carry on, to go further. It means that you should speak further on that topic. And yes, if you are above 2 minutes, then he would signal you to stop and to give him back the cue card, pen and pencil. Keep in mind, you have to speak for 2 minutes, not more than that, not less than that. 2 minutes is a reasonable, appropriate, desirable time for IELTS speaking test. Now we move on to part 3 of this IELTS speaking test. In IELTS speaking, level of difficulty increases with the parts. In part 1, level of difficulty is relatively easier. Then in part 2, it's bit difficult, and in part 3 it's more difficult. In part 3 of the speaking test, examiner will ask you certain questions that are related to your cue card topic on which you have spoken for 2 minutes in the previous part. Examiner tries to ask like opinion based questions. So for example, if you have talked about your favorite place in the world, he would ask you about your opinion, like how do you think this is the best place? Do you really think people should visit that place? What are the positive things which you have witnessed or observed during your visit to that place? So you may start your answer with some phrases like, as far as my viewpoint is concerned, or in my opinion, or according to my idea, according to my thought, according to my personal experience. Yes, these are certain phrases which you can add in the beginning of your answer. Further, the examiner may ask you some comparative questions, comparison based questions, like for example, if you have talked about your favorite book in the previous part, he can ask you, what do you feel that which is favorite one or which is the best one, and what are the reasons, like in comparison, that the book you have read is better. So comparison questions will be there. So you should keep in your mind that you will be asked these questions in part 3 of speaking test. So you can learn some comparative structure, comparative sentences, comparative phrases. For example, cheaper than, bigger than, more interesting than, less difficult than, as tall as hard as. So all these are comparative sentences and phrases that you can use in your IELTS part 3. So further questions in this part may be related to prediction, forecast. For example, will people visit that place? Will people read that book? Or will people learn AI in future? These type of questions may be asked. So to conclude, we may say that your IELTS speaking test is very, very important. These 11 to 14 minutes can make your band higher in the overall score of IELTS test. By following our tips and tricks for all these 3 parts of IELTS speaking test, you will perform much better and can score 8 plus bands in IELTS speaking test. Keep watching our videos, keep subscribing our channel AJ Edufire for more informative videos on IELTS and other related topics. So all the best for your IELTS speaking test.